Greetings to all of you and welcome to the Stoic Wisdom channel. Life is a journey filled with profound lessons that we often only realize when we have traveled halfway through. One of those truths is, the mind shapes the appearance, and the appearance shapes destiny. Our souls, with their thoughts and actions, whether virtuous or negative, not only influence how others perceive us but also carve deep imprints into our faces and fates. Have you ever wondered why, despite all being human, some people exude kindness and warmth, while others appear harsh and unapproachable? It all originates from the heart. A kind heart brings forth a beautiful appearance. An evil heart leads to a deteriorating fate. This is the lesson we wish to explore with you in today's video. We invite you to take a moment to reflect on how the soul shapes destiny and how we can transform ourselves from the root, our very hearts. Please subscribe to the Tried Tuesday Key channel so you don't miss any valuable videos. We deeply appreciate your companionship on this journey of cultivating wisdom and seeking peace in life. 1. The mind shapes the appearance, outer features reflect the inner self. Dear viewers, in this life, no one can forever conceal their true nature. For the soul of each person gradually manifests itself on their face. There is a saying, right finger, appearance is not bestowed by heaven, but rather the result of what we think, what we do, and what we become over the years. When we are young, our facial features largely reflect genetic inheritance, such as traits from our parents or natural-born characteristics. But by middle age, that changes. At this stage, our personality and accumulated behaviors over time begin to leave distinct imprints on our faces. A person who is kind, compassionate, and approachable often possesses a benevolent expression, bright eyes, and a warm smile. Conversely, those who harbor resentment, selfishness, or are constantly scheming and calculating will gradually develop a harsh, difficult appearance, even making others feel uneasy in their presence. So, is appearance a reflection of one's fortune? The answer is yes, because a harmonious, pleasant, and likable appearance not only makes life smoother but also reflects a healthy inner world and a peaceful soul. These qualities do not come naturally. They must be cultivated and accumulated through righteous thoughts, words, and actions over time. Always remember, right finger by middle age. One must take responsibility for their own face. This is not just a reminder, but also a warning, urging each of us to live in a way that allows our appearance to shine brighter instead of being clouded by negativity. From the heart, appearance is born, and from appearance, the future can be seen. Therefore, nurturing the soul is the most solid foundation for improving both appearance and destiny. 2. A beautiful soul creates good fortune. Dear viewers, the ancients used to say, right finger, a beautiful heart leads to a radiant face, and a kind heart brings good fortune. The soul is not only the source of our appearance but also the starting point of our fortune. Whether a life is happy and blessed or full of hardships and difficulties all depends on what we nurture within ourselves. Humans have a special ability. We are not only capable of perceiving the world around us, but we also have the ability to change the world within ourselves. When our inner self is filled with love, compassion, and understanding, our external appearance naturally begins to radiate light. People with a kind heart often exude an elegant and likable aura. They do not only enhance their own beauty but also bring warmth and comfort to those around them. On the contrary, those who harbor narrow-mindedness, selfishness, resentment, or anger will unknowingly deplete their own life energy. This results in a face that gradually becomes tense, gloomy, lifeless, and less likely to leave a good impression on others. Dear esteemed viewers, this is an important truth. One's appearance can change, and so can one's blessings. Everything begins from the heart. When we learn to let go of negativity, practice forgiveness, and move toward kindness, our inner self becomes lighter and more peaceful. As a result, not only our face but also our entire life will transform for the better. More importantly, a benevolent heart not only makes us more beautiful in the eyes of others but also attracts good opportunities and meaningful relationships into our lives. A beautiful soul is like a light shining from within, making us stand out effortlessly, without the need for embellishment or artificiality. Finally, please remember, right finger if you desire a beautiful appearance. Start with a beautiful soul. Because one's appearance is merely an expression, while the soul is the fundamental foundation for a fulfilling and blessed life. 3. 8 lessons to improve the soul and facial appearance. Dear viewers, to cultivate a beautiful soul, thereby enhancing one's appearance and attracting blessings into life, each of us must learn and practice self-improvement. Below are 8 valuable lessons that anyone can apply to become the best version of themselves. First, suffering a loss is not truly a loss. The ancients have a saying, right finger, those who are willing to suffer losses never suffer losses for long. People who are willing to be tolerant and accept temporary disadvantages will ultimately gain valuable relationships and long-term rewards. Because conceding not only fosters harmony but also reflects a spirit of generosity and broad-mindedness. Such individuals often receive help from benefactors and experience increasing ease and prosperity in life. Second, those who always seek to gain often lose more than they earn. Conversely, those who constantly compete and seek small advantages often fail to see the bigger picture. They may pick up a blade of grass, yet lose an entire forest. Therefore, do not trade long-term values for short-term gains, especially human affection. Third, a narrow mind leads to an empty heart. People with a narrow mind who only care about themselves and their family will find their inner self becoming increasingly barren and empty. To overcome this, one must learn to open their heart, broaden their perspective, and think beyond themselves towards greater things. Fourth, cherishing fate and relationships. Fate is a precious gift that life bestows upon us. Every person we meet has a certain significance. We should treasure our relationships, whether it is with family, friends, or even those who have hurt us in the past. Appreciation and forgiveness help sustain meaningful relationships while also bringing peace to our hearts. Fifth, a pure heart is true wealth. A person with a peaceful heart, one who does not harbor resentment or selfishness, is the richest of all. Material wealth may bring temporary happiness, but a serene heart is the true source of lasting joy. Sixth, resolving worries through letting go. Worries often arise from attachment. Learn to let go of things that cannot be changed, and in doing so, the mind becomes lighter, allowing us to focus on more important aspects of life. Seventh, keeping a stable mind, unshaken by emotions. A person with a strong spirit is not held back by the past nor fearful of the future. They live in the present, cherish every moment, and face life with a calm and collected mindset. Eighth, living fully in every moment. Life is finite. We must learn to let go of suffering, cherish each moment, and invest time in self-improvement. By doing so, our facial expressions will radiate positivity, and our destiny will gradually improve. Dear readers, these lessons may seem simple, but they require patience and determination to practice. Start today, because each small step towards inner transformation is a big step towards improving both our appearance and fate. Karma and life lessons. Dear readers, in life, there is a universal law that applies whether we believe in it or not, the law of karma. The ancients used to say, right finger, as you sow, so shall you reap. Everything we do today, whether good or bad, leaves an imprint and will become our future reality. Understanding and respecting karma is the foundation for building a happy and peaceful life. First, karma spares no one. You may have seen, right-finger people who commit wrongdoing still live in prosperity, while good-hearted individuals face hardships. However, karma does not manifest immediately. Some seeds take years to sprout, just as the deeds of today may bear fruit in the next life. This explains why the law of karma is always accurate, even if we cannot yet see its full effect. In Buddhist teachings, there is a saying, right finger, if you want to know your past life, look at your present circumstances. If you want to know your future, look at your present actions. This means that everything happening to us today is a result of our past deeds, and our present actions will shape our future. Therefore, do not assume that a small wrongdoing will go unnoticed, nor that a minor good deed will be forgotten. Second, understanding karma to live rightly. Those who understand karma do not blame fate or complain about hardships, because they know that everything they experience is a result of their own actions. They also will not do evil because they know that its consequences are unavoidable. On the contrary, they live virtuously, accumulate merit, and sow good seeds to reap good results in the future. Buddhist scriptures teach, right finger, bodhisattvas fear the cause, while ordinary beings fear the consequence. A bodhisattva is an enlightened being who understands that creating bad causes will lead to bad consequences. So they always avoid wrongdoing. Meanwhile, ordinary people only fear bad consequences when they occur. Yet they continue to create negative causes. This is the fundamental difference between an enlightened person and an ignorant one. Third, filial piety, good causes lead to good results. One of the easiest ways to accumulate blessings and improve one's destiny is to practice filial piety. Taking care of parents and appreciating their sacrifices is not only a duty but also a way to create great virtue. Buddha once said, right finger, caring for one's parents is the same as making an offering to the Buddha. Therefore, as children, we should see filial piety as the greatest good cause that we can cultivate in this lifetime. Fourth, karma is a lesson for the soul. Understanding karma helps us remind ourselves to live an honest and meaningful life. Whatever we do today not only affects the present but also determines our future. When we fear karma, we will stay away from wrongdoing and focus on doing good, bringing peace to ourselves and those around us. Karma is not meant to scare us, but rather a profound lesson to help us live better lives. Always remember, right finger, doing good and accumulating virtue not only improves our destiny but also brings long-lasting peace and happiness. The most precious things in life do not lie in material wealth or fame, but in how we sow seeds of goodness to harvest sweet fruits in the future. 5. Overcoming adversity to grow. Dear friends, in life, no one can avoid difficult times. Adversity happens when things do not go as expected, when we feel as if we are being pushed to a dead end. But do you know something? Right finger, adversity is not the end, but an opportunity for us to grow and transform ourselves. As the old saying goes, right finger, without obstacles, how can great achievements be made? First, adversity tests our willpower. Every time we face adversity, we are being tested in our willpower and courage. Those who have enough determination will overcome and become stronger. On the other hand, those who easily give up will forever be trapped by difficulties. Always remember, right finger, challenges are just a way to test our inner strength. For example, bamboo is soft yet resilient, it can withstand the strongest winds. Humans are the same. If we learn to be flexible and persistent in the face of difficulties, we will survive and grow instead of collapsing. Second, adversity is an opportunity to learn. Right finger, adversity is like a strict teacher, teaching us important lessons that success never will. Pain and failure help us recognize our weaknesses, allowing us to find ways to improve. Sometimes, the moments that seem the most hopeless actually open new doors, helping us see life from a different perspective. One interesting story is about farmers in Alabama, USA. When their cotton crops were destroyed by pests, they were forced to switch to planting peanuts. The result? Right finger, peanuts brought them more profit than they ever had before. Adversity not only forced them to change but also led them to even greater success. Third, turning pain into motivation. Adversity is not meant to drown us but to push us forward. Those who overcome difficulties are often the strongest and most resilient individuals. Think of every hardship as a stepping stone to get closer to your goals. Just as a seed only sprouts when buried deep in the soil, people also need challenges to grow. Fourth, a positive mindset is the key to overcoming adversity. People who view adversity with a positive mindset will find opportunities in difficulties. They do not see failure as the end, but rather as a lesson for self-improvement. Remember, right finger, adversity can bring suffering, but it can also help us realize the true value of life. Fifth, adversity helps us grow and become humble. Those who have experienced hardships often learn to appreciate what they have. They understand that life is not always smooth, and this realization makes them more humble and less arrogant. The lessons learned from adversity help us develop both intellectually and spiritually. Sixth, success after adversity is a lasting success. Those who overcome adversity understand the true value of success better than those who have never faced difficulties. They know that achievements come at the cost of sweat, tears, and patience. Therefore, they do not easily give up, and each of their successes is built on a solid foundation. Dear friends, adversity is not our enemy, but rather an opportunity to reflect and transform ourselves. Face difficulties with calmness, patience, and the belief that everything will eventually be okay. As Buddha once taught, right finger, without trials, one cannot attain greatness. Overcoming adversity not only helps us grow, but also fills us with pride when we look back on our journey. Believe that, right finger, every hardship is a stepping stone to progress, and light always awaits at the end of the tunnel. 6. The meaning of finite life. Dear friends, each of our lives, whether long or short, exists within a finite time frame. It is precisely because life is finite that it becomes so precious. Some people waste their entire lives by dwelling on the past or worrying about the future, forgetting that, right finger, the most valuable moment is the present, the only time we are truly alive. Cherishing the present, living every moment fully. Life is like a burning candle, gradually fading with time. We cannot hold on to moments that have passed, nor can we predict the future. Therefore, right finger, cherish every second of the present. This not only allows us to live a meaningful life, but also creates beautiful memories to look back on in old age. As the ancient wisdom says, right finger, do not waste a single day of life, for today will never return. Learning to let go of the past. The past is a part of life, but it should not become a burden. Sadness, regrets, or past wounds, if held on to for too long, will only drain our energy. Learn to let go of what cannot be changed. Right finger, when we let go, our hearts become lighter, and we create more space to welcome the good things in life. Forgiveness and compassion for a peaceful life. Forgiving is not about others, but about ourselves. Compassion frees the heart, allowing us to live in peace and serenity. Ladies and gentlemen, life is finite, so do not waste time on negative emotions such as anger, resentment, or hatred. These things not only hurt others but also imprison us in suffering. Learn to forgive and be tolerant, not because others deserve it, but because our soul needs to be free. As Buddha once taught, right finger, forgiveness is liberation, known contentment is letting go. Live with gratitude and generosity. Life is short-lived, making everything we receive a gift. Be grateful for what we have, from health and family to small opportunities in life. At the same time, learn to give, because giving is the most beautiful mark we can leave in this finite life. A word of encouragement, an act of kindness, or simply a smile, sometimes it can change someone's entire day. Do not postpone important things. Time cannot be bought back. Therefore, do not wait or delay doing meaningful things. Asterisk if you love someone, say it today. Asterisk if you have a dream, start pursuing it now. A finite life does not allow us to wait forever. Just like flowers bloom and wither. Cherish their beauty while you still can. Simplify life. A meaningful life does not come from complexity but from simple yet fulfilling things. Learn to slow down. Let go of unnecessary competition and rivalry. When the mind is light and at peace, everything around us becomes better. Love yourself. Finally, ladies and gentlemen, take time to care for yourself. Do not wait until your health declines to realize its value. Asterisk eat healthily, exercise, and nurture your mind. Asterisk when we cherish ourselves. Life shines from within. Life is finite, but its value is infinite. What creates that value is how we live, love, and leave behind good things. Cherish every moment, because every passing second cannot return. And remember, right finger, only by living fully can we truly feel the meaning of life. Ladies and gentlemen, life is a journey filled with countless lessons for our growth. Learn to live fully and find peace within the soul. What we have shared today, from understanding the connection between the soul, appearance, and destiny, to overcoming adversity and living every moment to the fullest, is not just a reminder, but also a guiding principle for self-improvement. Remember, right finger, a kind heart creates a beautiful appearance brings forth a blessed destiny. From thoughts to actions, everything we do holds the power to transform ourselves and our lives. Therefore, plant the seeds of goodness today, so that the future will always shine with the light of positivity and love. Wishing you all, a peaceful soul, a radiant appearance, and a destiny filled with blessings. Appreciate the present. Live each day to the fullest. Spread love to those around you. If you find these insights valuable, please like and subscribe to the Try Tuesday Key channel. We hope to accompany you on your journey to discovering wisdom and finding true peace in life. Sincere thanks, and see you in the next videos. Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Try Tuesday Key, a place where precious wisdom is preserved. The profound teachings of the ancients, helping us reflect on the truths of life. The lessons left behind by our predecessors are not just advice, but also a guiding torch that helps us walk more firmly. Right finger, knowing how to be at peace and happiness and avoiding the mistakes we easily fall into. In today's video, we will revisit 18 teachings of the ancients, wisdom that is simple yet profoundly insightful. Each teaching is a precious gem, a guiding principle that the ancients have distilled through countless lifetimes, hoping that future generations will understand and cherish it. When in moments of success, one must remain humble. When facing setbacks, one must maintain inner peace. When confronting life, sometimes it is enough to live simply. Go with the natural flow, practice patience, and uphold kindness. These are the foundations for building a truly fulfilling and happy life. Do not forget to subscribe to Try Tuesday Key to ensure you do not miss out on valuable videos and profound lessons every day. 1. Avoid arrogance in success. When achieving success or receiving praise, it is easy to feel satisfied and complacent. However, the ancients taught that at such times, the most important thing is to keep one's mind calm and not let arrogance overpower reason. Arrogance and excessive pride are like a wildfire. If not controlled, it will grow bigger and, at some point, consume all the achievements one has painstakingly built. There is a saying, excessive arrogance leads to overconfidence, and overconfidence inevitably leads to failure. When people believe they are superior, beyond others, and no longer need to listen to advice, that is when the risk of failure quietly approaches. Those who are experienced, those who truly understand life deeply, always maintain humility even when reaching great heights, for they know that life is ever-changing and that no one remains at the peak of glory forever. Remember, success is not the ultimate destination, but merely a part of the journey. The key is to keep a steady heart, respect one's achievements without becoming conceited, and remain open to learning from others. Only then can success be sustained, ensuring that achievements are not one-time occurrences but rather stepping stones toward continuous growth throughout life's path. 2. Maintain inner strength in times of hardship. In life, things do not always go smoothly. There will be times of failure, difficulties, and criticism. Such moments can easily plunge one into sadness, self-doubt, and even complete loss of motivation. However, the ancients taught, when faced with hardship, the most crucial thing is to keep one's mind steady, not allowing sorrow to overwhelm and weaken the will. When we dwell too deeply in our pain, our emotions become fragile, making us prone to collapse. And when we no longer possess the inner strength to rise again, we also lose respect for our own existence. Grief is natural, but we must not let it blur our ability to heal and move forward. The wisdom of the past always reminds us, to live means to have the resilience to overcome difficult moments. Every failure should not be an endless cycle of regret and self-reproach. Instead, it should be seen as a lesson for growth. One must train oneself not to lose hope in the face of challenges, nor lose oneself after failures. A resilient soul is the key to facing all uncertainties in life. Only when we possess inner strength can we stand up and move forward, no matter how great the challenges ahead may be. 3. Live in harmony with nature. Life is inherently unpredictable, and things do not always go as we wish. The ancients taught that instead of forcing everything to follow our will, we should learn to live in harmony with nature so that our soul can align with the flow of life. Living according to fate does not mean giving up or resigning oneself, but rather learning to adapt flexibly in every situation so that the mind remains at peace. By going with the natural flow, we will find things lighter, reducing the self-imposed pressures. When the mind does not strain itself trying to control things beyond its grasp, one will feel a sense of ease and serenity, like a flowing stream that moves gently without forcing a particular shape. Those who live in harmony with nature will have a tranquil soul, knowing how to accept and handle any situation in life. Only by understanding how to go with the natural order can we balance unexpected events and changes around us. Maintain mental stability, and be ready to embrace any challenges life brings. 4. Think carefully before taking action. In every decision or action, the ancients advised that one must think carefully to distinguish what should be done and what should not. Life will be more peaceful if we know how to weigh right from wrong, avoiding acting on fleeting emotions or temporary desires. A person's strength lies in their caution in every action, whether big or small. If an action truly brings benefit and does not cause harm to oneself or others, it should be done decisively. On the other hand, if it may lead to negative consequences, one must be clear-headed enough to stop. By doing so, we will not have to regret impulsive actions or feel remorse for making the wrong choices. Living with thoughtful consideration not only helps us avoid unnecessary troubles but is also a way to cultivate wisdom and virtue. The ancients taught that thinking carefully before acting is the key to maintaining a peaceful life and avoiding unnecessary mistakes. 5. Do not be too harsh on yourself or others. The ancients taught that in human interactions, it is crucial to be generous and tolerant. One should not be overly harsh, especially with oneself and with others. Life is already full of challenges. If we constantly demand perfection or set excessively high standards, it will not only put pressure on others but also cause ourselves to fall into fatigue and stress. What we do not wish for ourselves, we should not impose on others. Treat others with understanding and empathy because everyone has their own difficulties and limitations. No one is perfect, and being overly critical and judgmental can sometimes hurt the very people we care about. When distance and emotional wounds appear, it is difficult to mend them and return to the good relationships we once had. At the same time, do not be too harsh on yourself. Setting impossibly high standards or blaming yourself for not being perfect will only burden your heart and lead to discouragement. Instead, live gently and accept your flaws and weaknesses as a natural part of being human. Only when we learn to be compassionate with ourselves can we truly find peace within. Remember, tolerance and understanding are the keys to maintaining happiness, both in our relationships and within our own hearts. This is the way to live in harmony and joy in this complex and ever-changing life. The value of patience, kindness, and enlightenment. The ancients had a saying, "Greatness lies in patience, nobility in kindness, and wisdom in enlightenment." This teaching reminds us that the true value of a person is measured by three great qualities: the ability to endure, a kind heart, and enlightenment. These are not only admirable virtues but also the foundation for building a complete and respectable life. Patience is the ability to endure and not react impulsively to things that cause us distress. A patient person is one who can maintain composure in any situation, whether difficult or stressful. This helps them avoid making rash decisions in moments of anger and allows them to maintain harmonious relationships with those around them. Patience is not a sign of weakness but an expression of inner strength, a noble quality that helps people remain steadfast amidst the storms of life. Kindness is goodwill, sincerity in helping and caring for others without seeking personal gain. A person with a kind heart always accumulates virtue and leaves a lasting positive impression on those around them. Living with kindness not only brings happiness to oneself but also spreads joy to others. This is what makes a person truly valuable because kindness is the root of all good things in life. Enlightenment is a profound understanding of life, the ability to see through the principles of human existence. A person who is enlightened is not easily swayed by trivial ambitions or superficial matters. They understand that everything in life has its own reason and purpose. And only through enlightenment can they live peacefully, without unnecessary struggles or rivalries. Enlightenment helps us realize that fame and wealth are fleeting, while a person's true value lies in their virtue and wisdom. These three qualities, patience, kindness, and enlightenment, are the core of a meaningful and happy life. A patient person keeps their heart at peace. A kind-hearted person brings warmth to those around them. And an enlightened person knows how to find tranquility in any circumstance. These are the virtues that each of us should cultivate to become a truly respectable and complete person. Fame and fortune are like passing clouds. The ancients often compared fame and fortune to passing clouds. They come and go in an instant, never lasting forever. This is a profound reminder of the impermanence of status and wealth. Sometimes, people get caught up in the pursuit of fame and material success, seeing it as the ultimate goal of life, dedicating all their efforts and time to chasing after it. But in the end, as time passes, we realize that everything is ephemeral, as fleeting as clouds drifting across the sky. This teaching advises us to view fame and fortune lightly, not to let them overshadow the true values of life. For a brief moment, wealth and status may bring satisfaction and power. But if we become too dependent on them, when they inevitably disappear, we may feel empty, lost, and even lose our true selves. The only thing that can truly endure is a good reputation, the good deeds we have done for others and for the world. A virtuous person not only leaves behind beautiful memories but also creates lasting value for future generations and those around them. Fame may fade, but kindness, integrity, and morality are what allow us to live on in the hearts of others. Therefore, we must learn to live a balanced life, not becoming overly obsessed with fame and wealth at the expense of the true essence of life. Live in a way that, when your eyes close for the last time, you can be proud that you have left behind a good legacy, a respectable image. Not just illusory titles. Do not put others down to elevate yourself. In life, there are people who, in their desire to be noticed and to stand out, do not hesitate to belittle others, criticize them, or diminish their value. The ancients have always taught that such behavior is a sign of a lack of virtue and will never be respected by others. A person of true virtue never needs to put others down in order to shine, because they understand that their true worth does not lie in comparisons with others but in their own character and actions. Belittling others to elevate oneself brings only temporary benefits. When people recognize this nature, such actions will become evident, causing that person to lose trust and respect from those around them. The ancients called such individuals petty people, those who live by exploiting or demeaning others. Yet in reality, they are insecure and lack confidence in themselves. On the other hand, a true gentleman, a person with a great spirit, always seeks to uplift and encourage others. They do not need to prove their excellence by stepping on others but are willing to share and help others shine. Their humility and generosity naturally earn them admiration and respect. The true value of a person does not lie in winning or losing but in their ability to inspire and create goodness for those around them. Therefore, always remember, do not sacrifice your integrity just to stand out. Respect from others only comes when we live with humility and righteousness. This is the only way to build trust and leave behind a beautiful image in people's hearts, without the need for comparisons or stepping over others. The wisdom of humility and reverence. The ancients always emphasized the importance of humility and reverence in life, considering them essential qualities of a true gentleman. Humility is not merely lowering oneself but is also an expression of deep understanding and respect for others. A truly wise person knows that nothing is absolute and that they themselves are not perfect. Therefore, they always maintain an attitude of openness, ready to learn, listen, and appreciate the opinions and experiences of those around them. Humility helps us avoid arrogance, which is often the root cause of failure. A humble person not only keeps their heart at peace but also finds it easier to receive help and advice from others, as they exude sincerity and lack arrogance. In relationships with others, humility creates a space for mutual respect, where everyone feels valued and has the opportunity to contribute. Reverence is also an indispensable quality, as it reflects an attitude of genuine respect for those around us, regardless of who they are or their position in society. A person who knows how to be reverent, treating others with respect, will naturally earn admiration in return. This is how a true gentleman builds honor and trust in the hearts of others. Always remember that humility and respect do not diminish one's value. On the contrary, they are the very qualities that make us more beloved and respected. This is the way of a virtuous person, someone who truly understands the essence of life. A true gentleman does not need to prove himself with eloquent words, rather, it is his humility, respect, and virtue that make him shine in the hearts of others. Stay away from worry and resentment. In life, many things can lead people into a state of worry, distress, or even resentment. The wisdom of the ancients teaches us that these negative emotions not only harm the soul but also cloud our judgment, making life heavy and stagnant. Excessive worry leads to anxiety, and dwelling too much on past events can result in sorrow. When resentment accumulates, people gradually become agitated, losing their inner peace. A wise person knows how to let go of negative thoughts, not allowing worry or resentment to overshadow reason. They understand that worrying does not solve problems but instead complicates matters further. Rather than dwelling on concerns, they focus on resolving what they can, accepting and overcoming what is beyond their control. Resentment is also a dangerous emotion. It traps people in a cycle of anger and bitterness. Resentment not only affects others but also becomes a burden for the one who carries it. Those who know how to let go of resentment are the ones who truly free themselves from its weight, keeping their hearts at peace so they can view life with greater compassion and generosity. Life becomes much lighter when we learn to distance ourselves from worry, let go of resentment, and devote our valuable time to focusing on positive things. The ancients remind us that a soul unburdened by negative emotions will always be free, serene, and able to find happiness in life. A calm mind brings harmony. The wisdom of the ancients teaches that when the mind is at peace, everything around us becomes harmonious and favorable. This is one of the most precious principles of life, reminding us of the importance of maintaining a stable and tranquil state of mind. When the mind is calm, people can handle situations with clarity, without letting emotions cloud their judgment. A composed state of mind allows us to make precise decisions and remain steady in the face of challenges, helping us avoid mistakes that may arise when the mind is unsettled. On the other hand, when the mind is restless and unbalanced, everything around us becomes complicated and chaotic. Stress, anxiety, and anger can lead to negative thoughts, making it difficult for us to assess situations objectively. Those who lose their composure often react hastily, acting on momentary emotions, which not only harms themselves but also negatively affects their relationships with others. Keeping the mind calm is like keeping water clear and unclouded. When the mind is at peace, free from negative disturbances, we can perceive everything with clarity, just as still water reflects the sky. This clarity allows us to live with tranquility, ease, and find joy in the simple things in life. Peaceful mind and harmonious energy. A peaceful mind and harmonious energy are the keys to overcoming all difficulties and facing life with serenity. By practicing to keep our minds calm and tranquil, we will attain a peaceful life, reduce worries, and find harmony and stability in all situations. Maintaining a balanced mindset. The ancients taught that a person's mindset is like a scale. If one side becomes too heavy, life will become unbalanced and lose its harmony. A balanced mindset is an essential factor that helps us maintain stability and inner peace. When our mindset becomes unbalanced, it leads to emotional turmoil, chaotic thoughts, and, as a result, our lives gradually become misaligned, no longer following the path we desire. A person who knows how to maintain a balanced mindset understands the value of inner peace. They do not allow excessive joy to make them overly optimistic, nor do they let sorrow drag them into the depths of despair. When experiencing success, they remain moderate in their joy, not allowing themselves to fall into arrogance. When facing failure, they do not collapse but instead find ways to regain balance and continue moving forward. A balanced mindset also helps us maintain composure and clarity in our relationships. When encountering conflicts or challenges, a person with a balanced mindset will not react excessively but will always know how to handle situations tactfully, keeping relationships harmonious and strong. This is also a way to cultivate tolerance and respect for others, fostering long-term and meaningful connections. Maintaining balance in our mindset is the key to living peacefully amidst life's constant changes. A balanced mindset allows us to perceive everything calmly, free from emotional influence, enabling us to make wise decisions and live a harmonious and happy life. A peaceful mind leads to harmonious energy. The ancients always emphasized that when the soul is at peace, everything around us becomes more harmonious and pleasant. A peaceful mind leads to harmonious energy, is a reminder of the importance of keeping our hearts tranquil and composed in all circumstances. When the mind is calm and undisturbed, one can feel an inner strength that allows them to face life with clarity and ease. Inner peace creates a kind of energy, a positive force that radiates into every aspect of life. A person with a peaceful mind will not be easily drawn into conflicts or disputes but will know how to handle situations with calmness and understanding. This allows them to maintain good relationships with others, avoiding unnecessary troubles caused by anger or impulsiveness. On the other hand, when the mind is in turmoil, a person is easily trapped in stress, losing control, and thus generating negative energy that affects both their health and spirit. A disturbed mind not only makes decision-making difficult but also harms relationships. Those who lack composure often react based on temporary emotions, leading to mistakes they later regret. Keeping the soul at peace is the way to create harmony and serenity in life. When we live with a peaceful mind, not only does our physical health improve, but our spirit also becomes strong and filled with positive energy. A peaceful mind leads to harmonious energy, is not just a philosophy of life but also the key to overcoming challenges, attaining happiness, and living a meaningful and tranquil life. A balanced mindset helps avoid instability. The ancients always reminded us that a person's mindset is like a scale. When one side leans too much, life also becomes unstable. An unbalanced mindset easily leads to negative thoughts, uncontrolled actions, and unwanted consequences. Keeping a balanced mindset, therefore, maintaining a balanced mindset is the foundation for sustaining stability and guiding oneself in the right direction. When the mind is balanced, a person will not be swept away by excessive emotions, will not allow joy to lead to complacency, nor allow sorrow to drag them into despair. In moments of success, a person with a balanced mindset will rejoice in moderation, without boasting or arrogance. On the other hand, when facing failure, they will not let themselves fall into despair but will remain calm, making it easier to rise again and continue striving forward. Maintaining a balanced mindset is also crucial in relationships. When encountering conflicts, a person with a balanced mindset will not react impulsively but will calmly listen and seek appropriate solutions. This helps to maintain good relationships and avoid unnecessary misunderstandings or harm. A balanced mindset also allows us to view situations more comprehensively and wisely. When the mind is at peace, we can see both the good and the bad aspects of a problem, without being driven by emotions into rash actions. This is the way to live peacefully in an ever-changing world, enabling us to stand firm through difficulties, maintain inner tranquility, and find happiness in everyday life. 15. Show respect to the virtuous. Be strict with the wicked. The ancient sages taught that in dealing with others, one must distinguish between different types of people and behave accordingly. Show respect toward virtuous and good individuals, but be strict with the wicked and immoral. This is not only a guiding principle in life but also a way to uphold one's own integrity, ensuring that justice and righteousness prevail. For kind and ethical individuals, we should show respect and appreciation. This respect is not only an expression of gratitude for their contributions to society but also a means of learning from their admirable qualities. When we show reverence to the virtuous, we remind ourselves to aspire toward goodness, cultivate compassion, and expand our generosity. This enables personal growth and fosters genuine, healthy relationships with those around us. Conversely, toward those who act immorally or engage in wrongdoing, we must adopt a strict attitude. Being strict does not mean harboring hatred, but rather maintaining an appropriate distance, ensuring that we are not influenced by their negativity or drawn into unethical behavior. Strictness serves as a form of self-protection, preserving our moral integrity and shielding ourselves from temptations that may corrupt our character. By adhering to this principle, we uphold a clear distinction between good and evil, preventing wrongdoing from seeping into our lives and eroding positive values. The sages also advised that with friends, we should be tolerant; with talented individuals, we should remain humble and open to learning; and with the less fortunate, we should be compassionate and willing to offer help. These principles not only promote a just and harmonious life but also cultivate a broad and benevolent spirit within us. This way of living is both noble and full of kindness, helping us build meaningful and lasting relationships, leading a life of integrity and significance. 16. Restraining desires to cultivate virtue. The ancient sages often taught that to cultivate virtue, one must first learn to restrain their desires. Desires, or unchecked cravings, are the roots that easily lead people down the wrong path. When desires overpower reason, it becomes easy to fall into the traps of greed, selfishness, and even unethical actions. The wise know how to restrain desires. The wise know how to restrain desires. They understand that life should not be dominated by excessive needs but must be governed by control and moderation. Desires for material wealth, fame, or power, if unchecked, can become a burden on the spirit and easily lead to loss and suffering. On the contrary, when one learns to curb and reduce desires, the soul becomes lighter and more serene, no longer bound by the frivolous things that life offers. Restraining desires is also a way to cultivate virtue and maintain the purity of the soul. When not controlled by desires, people can focus on noble values such as compassion, sincerity, and integrity. These are the qualities that create virtue, making a person admirable and respected in the eyes of others. Virtue is not something that can be attained instantly but is the result of a long process of self-discipline. Overcoming temptations, and steadfastly maintaining morality in every thought, word, and action. Restraining desires helps us attain true freedom. When we are no longer driven by material cravings, our minds become clearer, and life becomes simpler and more peaceful. This is the way of life that the ancients always aspired to, living not only to seek happiness for oneself but also to contribute to making life better and more meaningful. Knowing when to stop to avoid disaster. The ancients reminded us that in life, everything needs an appropriate stopping point. One should not indulge in excessive joy, overindulgence, or pursue anything to the extreme without reflection. When we know how to stop at the right moment, we maintain balance and do not get caught in the whirlpool of temptations that may lead to unwanted consequences. Joy and happiness are precious, but if one indulges too deeply in them, one can easily become complacent and lose alertness. Excessive joy can turn into sorrow because, in moments of extreme happiness, we may lose control and make unpredictable mistakes. Similarly, when enjoying happiness, one must remember that when happiness reaches its peak, misfortune may also be near if we do not practice moderation. Knowing when to stop is also a way to appreciate what we already have, to prevent greed from taking over, and to always keep our souls at peace. A wise person does not chase after unreachable heights at the cost of losing the tranquility of the present. They understand that true happiness does not lie in absolute gratification but in moderation. Knowing when to stop, and not being drawn into excessive desires. Purity and serenity through stillness and nurturing. The ancients taught that everything in the world needs care, nourishment, and cleansing to maintain its purity and endurance. Humans are no exception. To have a peaceful and pure soul, one must know how to keep their mind still and nurture good things. Stillness is not merely an outward state but an inner peace of the soul, a state in which one is no longer disturbed by the superficial or chaotic aspects of life. Just as all living things need sunlight and water to thrive, our souls also need noble qualities such as kindness, tolerance, and love to be nurtured. If we do not take time to cultivate and cleanse our souls, they can easily be overwhelmed by negativity, becoming restless and losing their serenity. Stillness is the path that helps people escape turmoil and maintain the purity and clarity of their souls. When living in serenity, undisturbed by the chaos around us, we can feel the lightness of being and find joy in simple and meaningful things. This is the way of life the ancients advised, living peacefully in a tumultuous world, maintaining the purity of the soul amidst countless temptations. A final message. Dear friends, the teachings of the ancients are not merely words to ponder but guiding lights that help us find truth, uphold morality, and achieve true happiness in a life full of trials and changes. Every piece of wisdom from the past carries valuable knowledge and experience, serving as a gentle reminder to keep our minds at peace, live with dignity, and appreciate every moment of the present. Remember, happiness is not a destination but a journey we create through small actions. Humility, kindness, and balance in every thought and deed. The lessons we have learned today not only help us reflect on ourselves but also encourage us to build a meaningful life. A life worth cherishing. Wishing you all peace and clarity on your journey ahead.